by gripping the scruff of the dog's neck.
Okay, what we've got here is an extremely animated Springer Spaniel. He's about a year old, and he's overdue for this lesson. So we're going to just slip him into the collar. There are Velcro hobbles on his legs. His name's Buster. What? Huh? What? Oh. Buster. Buster's a really talented little dog. Just needed to channel that talent in the right direction. And Buster's already been up on the table and familiarized with it, but now he's got to get used to being tied up to the post, and we'll give him a hold lesson here using this technique with a gloved hand. Two fingers right behind the canines. The hand doesn't come out until he stops struggling. And then instantly take your hand out. That's what makes the dog learn, timing. Getting your hand out of his mouth leads to pleasure from his perspective. Out. Oh, what a good boy. Yeah, right, yeah. Good boy. Good. That's good. My thumb has relaxed out from underneath his lower jaw. He's still holding. Out. And he takes his hand off of my, takes his mouth off of my hand when I give him the command out. Good. 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 Hold. Hold. No, that won't work. No. No. Good. No. Hold. Good. Hold. Out. That's a good boy. Oh, yeah. See, rigging them up this way on the table is so beneficial because I can communicate to the dog, hey, you're my buddy. If he wasn't rigged up this way, I'd be struggling with him, trying to keep him in place so I could give him this lesson. And body language would communicate to the dog that I was fighting him, trying to hurt him. It's really counterproductive not to have the dog rigged up like this. Good. Good hold. Out. All right. That's good. Now, if he'll hold on to my fingers a couple more times when I relax my thumb away from his jaw, then we'll progress to the next step, which would be this hand that you've noticed up on top of his head, just kind of petting him as I've been going along. Well, now, if he starts to chew my hand after he's held it for a while without chewing, then I'm going to grab the scruff of his neck like that. It's just like picking a puppy up. Their natural tendency is to kind of calm down. So we'll try that technique with him if we can get that far in this lesson. Good hold. Hold. Good. Good hold. 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 Good. Hold. Good. Out. That's a good boy. That... Oh, I know. Sitting still is just not part of you, is it? Oh, yeah. Good hold. Yes. Good hold. Hold. That technique provides the precise timing we need to make it easy for the dog to learn. Hold, because our left hand's right up there in place. Hold. Out. Good boy. And that's what I would like to see in any lesson, ideally. The dog made good progress, showed understanding. I'll put him up right there.
Jim will now explain the use of various objects to teach the dog to hold. He will also show some techniques you can use to make your training go smoother.
Well, this is Nell's third lesson. She's had an introductory to the hold using the gloved hand, and she's been introduced to some of these objects. Now we have an array of objects here. The easiest object for a dog to hold is a dumbbell. Fits right behind their canines, and even if they don't try to hold it, it kind of locks in their mouth, the sides and the front. So that's the easiest object to start off with. Then it depends on the temperament of the dog. If you've got a real sensitive dog, they're going to be more prone to picking things up by the ends. So we have a bumper with the end cut off, and we made the ends undesirable to hold by wrapping wire around them. So that's a nice soft bumper, not too soft where they'll get in the habit of chewing on it. And then we just have a simple dowel wrapped with tape. Those are very easy for a dog to hold and be successful with. And if you have an excitable dog, it's a real bold, outgoing dog, they're more prone to chewing rather than holding things by the ends. So with the excitable dog, we have a big hard bumper, piece of pipe, objects like that that are undesirable to chew on. And after we've introduced the dogs to those objects, we'll go ahead and we've got a few objects that are designed just to be difficult to hold or undesirable to hold, just for more thoroughness of preparation. A dumbbell, the plastic shaft, just weighted on one side. If the dog doesn't try to hold it, it'll slide right out of his mouth. The unusualness of a bristle brush gets them ready for feathers then. A lot more prepared for dove hunting when season rolls around. And dogs, they really don't like this. It gets their teeth in this little piece of hose with wire wrapped around it. But when they'll hold that and accept that, then they're much more prepared to go to the frozen birds. So we just keep some frozen pigeons around. But first we'll go through these other objects before we get to the birds. A couple of the techniques I use to give the dog some success in holding that in their mouth while they're still struggling is I'll use an index finger and thumb on either side of the lower jaw till the dog settles and accepts holding that dumbbell. And then when I start to take my right hand away, I'll use the little finger on my left hand and come up underneath the jaw like that. That gives the dog a comparison, that she'll hold it in there, and that leads to success. Otherwise, the dog just keeps dropping it over and over. But those are little techniques that help you get through this training. Out. Hold. Good. Now, as soon as you are far enough along with the dog that the dog's not struggling,
We can take the hobbles off. Their only purpose was to prevent the dog from clawing.